This is Nightline. Tonight, Hayden Panettiere's mother speaking out about her death amid a newly released police report.
Having cardiac arrest, CPR is in progress.
What she's saying about her daughter's turbulent relationship with her on-again, off-again boyfriend, and what Hayden herself said about their relationship.
Despite all he'd done to me, I still loved Brian for who I believed he was.
Plus, the urgent manhunt for this masked man, terrorizing people on the streets of Philadelphia, wearing a Chucky-like mask. Is it a prank or is he a real threat?
He makes that statement, "Are you ready to die?"
And the alleged drug ring at Penn State. More fallout from the fraternity cocaine bust. The new details coming to light about what officials say pledges were pressured to do.
Cutting and bagging cocaine was, for some pledges, an indoctrination into the fraternities.
Plus, naked dressing. The barely there trend that's wowed the red carpet now making its way into real life. Why more people are saying yes to the flesh.
There's a stigma that if you are over 40 like me, that you should probably be more conservative. But I say age is just a number.
But how sheer is too sheer?
Like, where are we wearing this? Like, we can't go to restaurants with this.
And Celine Dion going from barely walking, now ready to take the stage in Paris. How she says she got here. From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, we're learning new details about the sudden death of Hayden Panettiere as her mother speaks out about her passing and Hayden's turbulent relationship with her on-again, off-again boyfriend. Why her mother says they tried to get him out of Hayden's life. Here's ABC's Stephanie Ramos.
This is the first time where I'm walking out. It's my very raw self.
Yeah.
I'm not promoting a project or a character that I played. This is the raw version of me.
What happened to Hayden Panettiere? While investigators grapple with that question, we're learning more from the police report about the circumstances surrounding the 36-year-old star's sudden death. According to investigators, Panettiere's on and off again boyfriend, Brian Hickerson, and his brother Zach were also at this South Carolina apartment complex when Panettiere suffered cardiac arrest. Police say the brothers called 911.
Having cardiac arrest, CPR is in progress.
Police say EMS attempted to perform life-saving methods for an extended amount of time before they called the time of death. The report did say that Zach was very emotional while EMS was working on Hayden. Brian did not become emotional until EMS declared her officially deceased. Afterward, investigators say Brian showed officers the bag of medication Hayden is currently on. Panettiere and Hickerson's relationship was often tumultuous and many times violent, especially as it impacted her addiction issues with alcohol, something she talked about on the Tamron Hall show while out promoting her memoir earlier this year.
This is during the peak of abuse, and that's how I was processing it and handling the anxiety. And addicts want a quick fix.
You were in a relationship. The person, number of public incidents, arrests, and painful moments, and you were self-medicating through this pain.
It wasn't just physical, it was manipulative. The psychological abuse that she was enduring. And he seemed very charming at first, which was very, it made it very easy to pull the wool over someone's eyes.
Panettiere's memoir, This Is Me, A Reckoning, chronicled the alleged abuse in her relationship with Hickerson, including the time when Hickerson was charged with multiple counts of felony abuse.
Brian pleaded no contest, but I knew that with what I was telling the police, he was sure to be found guilty. It ate at me, but I had to do what was right in the eyes of the law. Tell that to my heart, though. Despite all he'd done to me, I still loved Brian for who I believed he was.
Hickerson served a total of 45 days in jail after pleading no contest of 2 of those charges. He recently told TMZ he had regrets, but they were still friends.
I went into such a dark place, man. Drugs, alcohol, booze, good God almighty.
Hickerson had recently requested that those felony domestic abuse charges be reduced to misdemeanors and to expunge his convictions. But just 3 days before Panettiere's death, a judge denied that request. Police say they've found no indications of foul play or suspicious circumstances, and the preliminary autopsy found no signs of trauma. Panettiere's exact cause of death is still pending. The DEA is now joining the investigation. Panettiere also publicly had a strained relationship with her mother, Leslie Vogel. In an interview after her daughter's death, Vogel took aim at Hickerson. This person in her life that we have been trying to get rid of for quite some time was with her at her death, and that was Brian Hickerson. Vogel calling her daughter an amazingly talented person, but added, "I think young people who grow up in the entertainment industry, it is a struggle."
I don't do things halfway.
But it was a struggle Panettiere had hoped to conquer.
Oh, I would love to get back in front of the camera, behind the camera. I tried my hand at writing. I've got a whole laundry list of to-dos.
Our thanks to Stephanie. We'll, of course, continue to follow this story. We turn now to the urgent search underway in Philadelphia for a man menacing people on the street while wearing a terrifying mask, and the chilling things police say he's asking some of his victims has the city on edge. It's the horror plaguing the city of brotherly love.
So our suspect is described as being a black male, medium complexion, approximately 5 feet 8 inches, thin build, 16 to 20 years old. He's wearing old dark clothing as well as a very distinctive Chucky-like Halloween style face mask.
Philly police are searching for this man, a terrifying white mask reminiscent of the killer doll Chucky.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
But this situation far from child's play. The masked man caught in chilling videos released by investigators, showing him chasing a female jogger near City Hall around 5:30 a.m. last week.
He's actively engaged in running up to people. It looks like he's attempting to scare or antagonize them.
In the video, the woman jogs unaware she's being stalked. The suspect suddenly appears behind her, following her step for step as they disappear out of frame.
She becomes aware of his presence, and he speeds up. He gets in front of her, and then that's when he makes that statement. Are you ready to die? And she's very startled, as you can imagine. He repeats that statement again. Are you ready to die? She turns around. She begins running away from this person.
Luanda Mourinho says she and her friend were confronted by the masked man before a morning run on August 12th.
I was definitely scared because it's not normal, just somebody wearing a mask. He's like, want to race me? I bet I'm faster than you guys.
Tips now pouring in as police scour surveillance videos in the area. Authorities believe he's threatened or chased at least a half dozen people, one of them fighting back.
So I started to wave at her across from the intersection and say, hey, there's someone behind you.
25-year-old Jamaica says the masked man pursued her after she alerted another woman to his presence. That's when she screamed for him to stop following her and kicked him in the chest.
I blocked my face, made sure that my center line was protected. And then he also started to put his hands up, but I could tell that he had never been in a fight before. I could tell that he wasn't armed. He had a phone in one hand. So that's whenever I kicked him in the chest, and then he stumbled back, and then he ran away.
Police say the suspect is seen using a cell phone, appearing to film the terrifying encounters. They're now pouring through social media.
During all these incidents, he has his cell phone in his left hand, and you can see that the cell phone is lit up. So it's pretty apparent to us that he's more than likely making some type of recording for social media content.
The suspect faces multiple charges if caught.
I don't think people should be nervous about going outside, but they should always be aware of their surroundings.
We switch gears now to the cocaine ring authorities say was being run out of frat houses at Penn State University by former students. How they say pledges were made to participate in the operation. Tonight we're learning more details about the alleged masterminds, Thomas Robinson and Agostino Apatiliello, behind what authorities say is a major cocaine operation run through Penn State frat houses and sold to students.
There was nothing junior or childlike about this type of conduct. This was an upper-level trafficking organization for this region in Pennsylvania.
Police say that during Thomas Robinson's December 2024 arrest at the school's Delta Upsilon house, he thought the officers were his fraternity brothers playing a prank on him. Authorities also say that Robinson didn't hide his dealing well, using a Venmo with his own name, Thomas Robinson 53, to accept payment for drugs. Police say Abatiello and Robinson brought in kilos of cocaine to campus from New York and Philadelphia. The cocaine ring was run out of two off-campus frat houses, Delta Upsilon and Sigma Chi, according to officials.
We found a pattern of events that showed cutting and bagging cocaine was, for some pledges, an indoctrination into the Delta Upsilon and Sigma Chi fraternities. 13
of the charged are current or former students. Thomas Robinson's own father, Paul Robinson, also charged with interfering with the investigation. Penn State is not accused of any wrongdoing and is cooperating with law enforcement, telling ABC News, criminal activity, including hazing such as this, has no place at our institution. When we come back, it's the hit of the red carpet and now the workplace? The real world leaning into naked dressing, but how revealing is too revealing?
The bottom is all pretty much sheer.
Welcome back. It's the height of summer and the perfect time for what some call naked dressing or barely there wear. The sheer looks that leave very little to the imagination have been the hit on red carpets, but now people are picking up the trend for their everyday wear, saying yes to the flesh. Here's ABC's Sophie Flay.
Sheer, lacy, and revealing, naked dressing is having a moment, with Hollywood's hottest celebs like Dakota Johnson, Kylie Jenner, and Kaya Gerber delivering their most daring outfits on the red carpet. But the barely there trend is now moving from the runways into everyday wardrobes.
Help me style this sheer sequin dress from Tibby.
Part 2 of fashion trends I dislike. Like, where are we wearing this? Like, we can't go to restaurants with this.
The trend becoming even more popular through social media.
The trend for naked dressing comes primarily because so many people want to have these moments on Instagram. So you can either see through translucent dresses even to underwear, or most of the body is actually exposed.
Sheer, black, and lacy is a combination for a fire outfit.
Some major retailers pumping out sheer designs of lace tops, mesh trousers, and lingerie-inspired looks for the masses.
This is actually the skirt that we removed the liner from.
For Jennifer Epstein, naked dressing is more than just a fashion statement.
It's a way for me to play into my creative side, and that's really all it is. It's not so much the attention as it's the empowerment. If you feel good, you look good. If you feel like you look good, you probably feel like you can conquer the world.
The 43-year-old pharmacist is pushing the styling boundaries and not playing by the rules.
I wore this in Greece, and I wore nude boy shorts under and nude bralette up top, and it just gives the illusion, even though you're actually covered, and I think it's really chic and sexy.
She says she finds a way to wear barely there layers to everything, from business meetings to girls' night out.
So this is a cream dress, and as you can tell, the bottom is all pretty much sheer. Put my hand in so you can get a feel for it. I actually wore it to a charity event, and it's a tasteful way to play up the vibe and the trend and do it in an elegant way. I think there's a stigma that if you are over 40 like me, that you should probably be more conservative. But I say age is just a number.
And the key to keeping it PG?
The goal is to not actually be naked, right? So there's things like these little pasties you can wear, and it's just easy way to cover up.
But she says embracing this look hasn't always been received well.
I have received lots of compliments for my dressing, and I've also had some other types of commentary, and that's okay, it's not for everyone.
Naked dressing has a long history of catching a gaze and causing a stir. The phrase naked dress coined in the first season of Sex and the City.
Oh, honey, it's fabulous. Bravo.
Well, let's just say it. It's the naked dress. I mean, you're obviously going to have sex with him tonight. Come on, it's our first date.
I think there's always an element of performance when people wear naked dressing, because you have to be aware that you're going to be seen in a particular way.
Valerie Steele is the director of the museum at New York's Fashion Institute of Technology. If clothes were a language, she spent a career reading the fine print. And naked dressing has given her plenty to parse.
People still remember when J.Lo wore the Donatella Versace green dress that was cut down to here and open up to there, and that everyone was terrified it was going to somehow come apart, and it caused so much excitement. To me, that's one of the most famous naked dressing. Other kinds of naked dressing that were iconic were, for example, when Madonna started to wear, kind of a bra as an outerwear by turning foundational wear, underwear into outerwear. Rihanna, who appeared at the CFDA in 2014, wearing a very sheer gown covered with Swarovski crystals and her hair in a turban.
Over the years, Kim Kardashian serving up 3 different naked dressing looks at the Met Gala.
She wore a fabulous Thierry Mugler, which was latex and beads. Didn't really uncover that much of her body, but it looked incredibly sexy. Then we also had a Roberto Cavalli dress that looked completely naked on her. And then most notoriously, she actually squeezed and dieted herself into Marilyn Monroe's Happy Birthday, Mr. President dress, which she borrowed from a museum.
Have a date night with my husband. I love the balance of an oversized bomber jacket with something super light and feminine. I think we're ready.
As for Jennifer, she says naked dressing isn't about following a trend, but breaking out of a mold.
Women don't have to choose one version of themselves. For example, I can wear a sheer dress going out one night, and the next day I could be in a men-inspired suit. They are both me, and that's what I love about fashion.
Our thanks to Sophie. When we come back, what Celine Dion is revealing about how she's making her triumphant return to the stage.
But it's all coming back to me now.
Finally tonight, Celine Dion says she's ready for a comeback. It's tonight's Nightline. The 5-time Grammy winner, famous for powerful songs like My Heart Will Go On. Preparing for her long-awaited return to the concert stage after suffering from stiff person syndrome. Telling Harper's Bazaar she's been training for her Paris residency with Pilates and ballet. That fierce determination on display in her documentary, I Am Celine Dion.
If I can't run, I'll walk. If I can't walk, I'll crawl.
Celine Dion's 5-week residency kicks off September 12th. That's the ticket we're tracking down. That's Nightline for this evening. Thanks for the company, America. Good night.